Welcome back to Circle Time. How is everybody doing? It's Kelsey. As it always is, every single episode of Circle Time. Duh, it's Kelsey. Hello. How are we? I hope wherever you are feeling good and feeling okay. And here we are. Get cozy, get comfy, get circly. Because it's time. I don't really know what we're talking about today. We're kind of just having a cash convo as normal. You know, I love doing these solo episodes. I feel like lately I've just been so solo episode feeling like doing. So that didn't make any sense. Let me start that sentence over. That was me going backwards. Wait, what did I even say? Oh, I feel like lately I've been wanting to do more solo episodes. That's kind of what I was trying to say. I definitely miss having guests, and let me know how you guys feel like about this. You know, I want my circlers to be happy, but I don't know. I've been like really nervous to talk to guests lately, and I don't really know why. I think it's just because like I've obviously seen people since I've had my baby. Like it's been years, it feels like at this point, even though it's been 4.5 months, but like I've seen people, but I feel like I've only seen people I'm like comfortable with. And so some of my guests that I have on Circle Time, yes, some are friends that I've known, but some I'm just kind of meeting and talking to for the first time. And so I'm like kind of nervous. I feel nervous all of a sudden to host a guest. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about. So I've just been doing these solo episodes because I don't know. I feel like it's been nice. It's been nice like to reconnect with the circlers in this way, just me and them, because when I was gone for so long on maternity leave, like I really missed you guys and felt like we hadn't connected in a while. So it's just nice to do this. Okay, so that's why I've been doing some solos, but we are going to get back into the guests kind of like ASAP because I want to start, doing both again. So yeah, that's that. How are we doing? I just got back from Miami a couple days ago. So as you know, I went to a bachelorette party in Miami this past weekend. And wow, it was so much fun. So I left Wednesday night on a red eye. My flight was at like 11:45 p.m. on Wednesday night and then got home Sunday night. So I was gone basically like Thursday to Sunday. I definitely had a freak out, for lack of a better word, before I left because I was just so nervous about leaving Otis. And like, I don't know. I was just kind of like nervous. Probably falls into the same realm of like having guests on here. Like I was just nervous to like really socialize, but mainly I was just really worried to leave Otis. I was scared he was going to forget about me. I was scared. I was just scared. I was going far away. Miami, first of all, not close. Didn't realize that. I always just think Miami and New York are the same exact distance, but Miami is further south, so it takes a little bit longer to get to and fro. I don't know. I was pretty anxious, but then like the minute I got on the plane to go to Miami, I was just excited. I was so excited to actually have some like girl time and to be with my friends, and it did not disappoint. We had the best time. We did a lot of laughing. Okay, so basically we got there Thursday and then my friends and I took it upon ourselves to make like gift baskets I'm kind of raspy. Wait, I don't mean to sound so sexy on here, you guys. Oh my God. You guys, I'm feeling so raspy. Sorry. Anyway, so we took it upon ourselves to make like gift baskets and stuff for everyone for the bachelorette party because it's just so fun to do and no one was doing it for our friend, and so we were like, we're gonna do it, and so we did it. And so it's Thursday we put all those together and then just kind of got ready for the weekend, and in there we put a shot glass. We put like a little recovery pack with like a liquid IV and like Advil and stuff like that. And then we did little like sarong scarf type of thing. And then these little like straw bags that we embroidered everyone's names onto. We got basically all of this stuff from Etsy. And then a little like shooter a mini little alcohol shooter thing. Airplane bottle. What do you guys call those? What do the youth call those these days? Who knows? But we got a little one of those and we put little cowboy hats on them. We like put them all on the table, set them all up like in the suite at the hotel where the bride was staying. We put them all there, and then we made a little like a little raft thing with the groom's face on it, and like I don't know, we just like did some silly stuff. Balloons. By the way, I am like a professional balloon blower. I don't know why I would ever talk about that, but I'm actually so good at it. Like I wish I could put that on my resume, because I'm so fast at tying balloons. Like it's actually impressive. I'm really good at it. And I think it's because when I was in high school, I was on the cheer team, and for the homecoming game, we like filled this poster. Every football game, we would make posters. We would like paint on we'd get a giant piece of paper and we'd like make a poster that's like, knock 'em out, Knights. I don't know. Like my high school's mascot was called the Knights. It wasn't called the Knights. It was, my high school's mascot was the Knights. And so like if we were playing a team where it was like, I don't know, like we would just try to think of something like clever to say, and then we'd decorate this poster. Now I cannot for the life of me do that. Like, do not give me a pen and paper and tell me to draw something, because I'll draw a stick figure. Like I actually think that the part of my brain that was supposed to develop into like drawing better never did. I don't know what happened, but it's not good. Like I studied child development, and so it would show you, like, for example, it would be like, this is what, if you tell a 2-year-old to draw a person, they don't draw like a neck or a body, they draw like a head with arms type of thing. And then when they get a little older, then they start to like, they recognize the different parts of the body, like stuff like that. And so you'd see different examples. And so when I was looking at that, I was like, oh, I stopped at like 5 years old. Like, I don't know how I didn't get better at this. Like, I'm actually really terrible. I can only draw stick figures pretty much. And I can draw a profile of a dog wearing a hat out of a 2 and a 5. I also know how to do that. And like I draw hearts and flowers. That's all I know how to do, is draw hearts and flowers. I could never make these posters for the games. Like I was actually quite useless now that I'm thinking about it. Like what would I do? I would go refill the paint for people. That's what I would do. They'd be like, we need more green, Kelsey. And I would like go run and refill the green. Or they would like draw it out. And sometimes like if they drew something out, I could outline it with the paint. I did spell Knights wrong one time when I volunteered to do that. So that was embarrassing, because that was like on the actual big poster, and Knights was spelled wrong, and we had to try to change it. This ad is sponsored by ByHeart. ByHeart is an infant nutrition company built from the ground up to deliver innovation on behalf of babies and parents. Their mission is simple, and it is one that I love: make the best formula in the world. This year, my friends at ByHeart, the only American-made formula with globally sourced ingredients to use organic, grass-fed whole milk, never skim, are celebrating the ways in which they never skim on anything, especially your babies. ByHeart never skims on healthy fats using only organic, grass-fed whole milk, and whole milk is full of healthy fats like naturally occurring MFGM, which play an important role in babies' brain development and growth. ByHeart never skims on their standards. Their formula is made with certified clean ingredients, plus it has no soy, no corn syrup, no GMOs, or palm oil. All things that are very important, that we love very, very much. If you're curious about ByHeart, redeem your welcome offer at byheart.com/podcast with code CircleTime20 for a limited time. Additional terms and conditions apply. But anyway, so the homecoming game was like the most intense poster. This thing was like 4 sheets big, and like we filled the entire thing with balloons so that when the team ran through the fucking paper, balloons would fly out. Now, I had to make myself useful, obviously, and so I would blow up all the balloons for this poster, because I couldn't help in the decoration portion. So I would help in the balloons department. Okay. And I would use a little helium tank, and I would blow these balloons up and then tie them. And I did about like, I don't know how many I did, maybe like 1,000. every year for 4 years. But I got really, really good at tying balloons. Like I was fast, and I still am. I still have got that. I've still got that in me, because this weekend when we were decorating our friend's room, I was zip, 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 zip. That was how fast I was going. It's just zip, zapping around, tying those balloons. And I would do it again. I love it. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so proud of that. But I was like bragging to my friends about how fast I could do the balloons. And they were like, okay, do it. And I did. So we did that. Okay. And then we went to dinner. I'm getting my days confused. We actually did that on Friday. Thursday, we just got everything ready. Thursday night, we went to somewhere called Kiki on the River for dinner. And that was fun. It was quite loud. This is how I know I'm getting old, is because like I couldn't hear anyone at the dinner table. And I was like, the music's a little loud in here. Like, you know, I was being her. But the restaurant was so fun, and it was like a little party restaurant, and it was on like a body of water, and you know, the food was delicious, and it was like definitely like a party place. And so that was like a fun first night. It wasn't like all of the girls were there yet on Thursday night, so it wasn't like too crazy, but it was like a really good, fun little first dinner. And the music was really good. Like, even though I couldn't hear anyone talking, we were all like collectively dancing at the table like this, instead of talking, kind of just swaying from side to side. And that was fun. Okay, so then Friday happened. So we got the room ready. We went to like a little beach club during the day, and like sat and ate lunch and had some drinks. I thought that my tolerance of drinking would obviously be lower, because I haven't really drank in so long, you know, at least not like this. But I think I was so worried about like getting too drunk that like I was like overcompensating. Like I was basically drinking like 8 glasses of water between every single drink. So, and it was really hot, so I didn't want to like pass out. So I was never really like getting too crazy, but like I was having a blast. It was just so fun, you know. It was fun to just like be with my friends again, and 2 of my best friends have babies also. So like, you know, we could commiserate a little bit on like, oh, look at this picture of my baby. Because we didn't want to be like the annoying moms who were like forcing everyone to look at pictures of our babies, because not everybody cares, you know. So we would show each other to just like get our fix. But then we would like, because we didn't want to be annoying. And I'm sure the people, like if anyone's listening to this who was there, I don't know who would, but like, you were annoying still anyway. So sorry, but you failed at that. But we were just trying not to be the annoying moms. So we would, you know, have to like get it out to each other, and then be cool MILFs to everyone else, obviously. So we went to a little beach club. That was fun. And then we went out to the club at night. Well, actually we went to dinner first. We went to a place called Mila for dinner. That food was really delicious. And it's kind of like, it turns into like a club kind of. So does it turn into a club? I have no idea. We went there though, and then I hung out there for a while. And then we went out to the club, and that was a good time. The club we went to was like more of like electronic music, I would say, instead of like songs that have words. Like it did, like I'm like, it was like a lot of that, and I don't really know how to dance to that. There was a girl next to me like with a different group, and she was like really doing a good job dancing, and I was like, you need to teach me how to dance. And she said, just feel the music. And I was like, you are so right. So I tried my best to feel the music, but I feel like I didn't do a great job. I love to dance at the club. I love the club. I've always loved the club. The club is so fun. But this club, I was like a little bit lost because I didn't exactly know how to dance. But you know what? It's totally fine. I figured it out. And the bride was having so much fun. And that's really all that matters. This is what I've learned about bachelorette parties. Nothing else matters, except you need to just make sure that your friend is having the best time ever. Because like, you only get one weekend to do this, and you got to make sure that you're giving it your all. You might be tired. You might be hungover. You might be scared of the music that's going because you don't know how to dance to that. But you know what? You got to keep pushing through, and you just have to have fun for the bride, because then you end up having fun yourself. And that's all you can do. Next day, we went on a boat, and I normally get a little seasick out there on the boat. Whoa, my voice just cracked. Sorry. But my friend Nat was like, take this Dramamine. It's like the natural one with ginger. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to take the Dramamine. And I did. I didn't get seasick at all. I was actually kind of drunk on the boat, which was fun because, like normally I'm like not drinking on a boat because I'm so terrified of throwing up. And so I'm kind of just sitting there like trying to look at something that's not moving so I don't feel like I'm moving too much. And but this time I was like, didn't have to do that. And so I had some drinks. We were talking. Everybody, it was Yap Central, you guys. We couldn't stop. We were just talking and talking and talking. And it was so fun. All of the girls got along so well, like the girls from different walks of life, and it was just a good time. We went out to dinner. We went to Casa Tua on Saturday night, and that food was phenomenal. So good. And then we went home back to the hotel and we played some games and just celebrated. And it really was just like the best. Like getting a bunch of girls together for the weekend is so much fun. And I just like got to be with my best friends, and we were just like constantly laughing and being silly. And like, I don't know, it was just like really, it was like time that I haven't had in so long. Getting to just be able to enjoy that was so much fun. And like, I had the best time, and I think everybody had the best time, and the bride had the best time. And we went to brunch on Sunday and then headed to the airport. And I got to the airport so early. Like I got to the airport like 4 hours before my flight because I just went to the airport with everyone else. And I got 2 beers at the airport while I was waiting to get on my flight. And like that I was actually drunk then. Well, I wasn't drunk, but I was like definitely tipsy. I feel like now wherever I go when I'm with Otis, I'm obviously thinking about 6 million things all the time. Like I'm like, does he have this? Does he have this? Is he okay? Is this? Like I'm always thinking. And it was kind of the same thing like when I was pregnant, like just making sure that everything around me was okay always. Like I was always like a little bit worried. And so this time, like being alone at the airport, especially both going there and coming back, I just constantly felt like I was forgetting something because I'm so used to having like a million things to worry about now. I was just kind of like roaming around. Like I could not be bothered. Like I was just having a beautiful time, just kind of thoughts off roaming around the airport. Obviously like couldn't be too passenger princess because I had to get myself to the gate obviously and like through security and whatnot. So but like once I'm there, I was just kind of like vibing, I guess. Chilling. Is vibing a chuggy word? Let me know. I did keep asking everyone if their give a fucks were on vacation, like in the song Espresso. I think I overdid that joke. Like I thought it was like too funny and like no one else was really laughing. Just make sure that next time you're with your squad, you ask them if their give a fucks are on vacation. Okay. Because I think it's really important to figure out who left their give a fucks at home and who brought them with them. I feel like I always have a few extra give a fucks in my back pocket just in case, but I really tried to make sure that my give a fucks were on vacation when I was in Miami. But the extra stragglers that I always pack in my back pocket kind of came out, but that's okay. That's totally fine. It was just so fun. It was just like a very much needed girls' weekend, and Cody really held the fort down. Like I'm very lucky that I have a husband who like is just as involved with our child as I am. So like I don't have to worry that like he doesn't know where this and this are. Like he knows where everything is. He knows how to work everything. He knows what Otis prefers. Like he's so in it with me that like I didn't have to worry about that when I was gone. And that is so, I really feel lucky about that because, being away from my baby for the first time, I mean, I was definitely a mess on like a couple days before I left. I was crying a lot, but my baby was totally fine because his dad was there, and his dad is an equal partner in taking care of him. And he was totally wonderful, and Cody did such a great job, and Otis was in the best hands. My parents came and hung out with Otis. Cody went on a run and my parents watched him, and like they went and got food together, and that made me really happy. And so everything was taken care of, and I got to have a fun little girls' weekend with all my best friends, and it was just so much fun. And yeah, we laughed, we cried. You know what's so funny is we were not approached by a single like, no, you know, usually when you're with like a big group of girls, it's a bachelorette party, like always some guy that you obviously don't want to talk to comes up and tries to like infiltrate the squad, you know, and then you like have to send him away. But you're like, ugh, we still got it, you know. This time when we were like going to the airport, I was like, wait a sec, guys, we weren't approached a single time this whole weekend by anyone. Like no one wanted anything to do with us. And then we were laughing because we were like, what was the vibe that we were giving off that not a single person wanted to hang out with us? I guess we'll never know. But you know what? That's totally fine because I don't want to hang out with anyone else. It's one of those things where it's like, why would we want to bring other people into this? Because all the girls want to do is just talk to each other. So like we would send whoever it was away, but it's always flattering, you know, when someone approaches the group because they're like, oh, beautiful girls. And you're like, stop, please. We just want to talk to each other. But like, it's still fun to send them away. This time it was just like, oh, no one wants to talk to us. But that's actually totally fine. That's totally fine, you know, because we don't want to talk to you anyway. But I did meet some other girlies there for a birthday trip, and yeah, everyone was just so sweet, and it was just really fun. I loved every second of it. And then I was so happy to be back home with my baby and back with my circlers. So obviously ever since having Otis, our day-to-day life looks a lot different than it once did. You know, things are even more chaotic, and there just really isn't a lot of time in the day anymore to get stuff done. But like, I also want to make sure that Cody and I are taking care of ourselves, and we're doing things that we've always loved to do, like, for example, cooking and eating delicious food. And thanks to HelloFresh, we're able to keep that up. You know how much I love HelloFresh. I've talked about it so many times before. It really is one of my very favorite things. It's so easy to make delicious food a priority with quick, convenient recipes delivered right to your door. Just choose your meals and select a delivery date, and HelloFresh handles all of the meal planning, handles all the shopping, and most of the prep. So all you have to do is open your box and get cooking. Plus, all of the produce is fresh, seasonal produce picked at peak ripeness and delivered straight from the farm to your door. It's the best, I swear. Every single meal we have made with HelloFresh is so delicious. We love it so much, and it's just so good. We're always shocked not only at how delicious it is, but also how fresh everything is, and also how like accomplished we feel after making it, because like we're making things, like I'm making stuff I didn't even know I could make, and I make it and it's easy and it's so good. And it just makes things so much easier, especially now during this time, and we really just swear by it. So go to HelloFresh.com/CircleTimeApps for free appetizers for life. That's right. One appetizer item per box while subscription is active. That's free appetizers for life at HelloFresh.com/CircleTimeApps. Okay, I feel like we can all agree that one of the most annoying parts and the scariest parts of growing up and becoming an adult is having to book all of your own doctor's appointments. You know, entering adulthood and realizing that you can't just count on your parents to find the doctor for you and line up appointments for you and whatnot. It's rough and it's scary. And now the fact that I'm the mom, I had to make a doctor's appointment for Otis today, and I was so scared the whole time I was calling. It's scary, you know? And like, before, I would ask literally everyone I know for recommendations, and then I'd call up a doctor's office and they would have like a mile-long wait list, or they wouldn't take my insurance, and then I would just get really discouraged, you know? And then I got introduced to ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare highly rated in-network doctors near you and instantly book appointments with them online. So we're talking about booking appointments with thousands of top-rated patient-reviewed doctors and specialists. And you can just like filter specifically for ones who take your insurance or who are located near you and treat almost any condition that you are searching for. Okay, it's so easy. The average wait time to see a doctor booked on ZocDoc is between 24 to 48 hours, and I've even gotten a same-day appointment before. So there's no more anxiously calling a bunch of doctor's office receptionists. You just book right there in the app. You don't even have to talk to anyone. Book in the app with just a few taps. It's so easy. All the reviews are patient verified, so you can get a real sense of if it would be a good fit for you before booking. ZocDoc has saved me so much time and anxiety, and I know all of you sweet circlers would absolutely love it. So go to ZocDoc.com/circletime and download the ZocDoc app for free. Then find and book a top-rated doctor today. That's ZocDoc.com/circletime, ZocDoc.com/circletime. Our place is getting completely done. Like they finished the paint. They're doing the wallpaper now. So it's like actually getting done. Like I feel like we actually might be done like next month. And I'm so excited. It looks really, really good. I cannot wait for you guys to see. The wallpaper is really making everything come together, and I just love it so much. I'm really excited about our place. I think it's going to look really good. And we'll be back on the bed in my, like, remember where I used to record in the new place in the bed in the little thing? We'll be back in there in no time. And I can't wait. But for now, I'm not really hating this setup in here. I feel like it's kind of nice. It's kind of intimate because I'm like close to the camera, you know? So I'm really not hating it. I'm going to try to like do something like that in my office. I don't know if I can though. We'll see. But yeah, I'm excited. And that's really all the updates I have for you. I'm obviously still watching Summer House. I'm on season 8 now, which is the current season, but like I just started. So I'm on episode like 2 or something. And I'm loving that. Still can't get enough. Love Island is supposed to start. Actually, it started yesterday, I think. And I'm still deciding whether or not I'm going to watch it. Sometimes it's just not that good. Like, it's obviously the best show. Like, I love Love Island so much, but sometimes it's just so hard to, like, get into and start because it's so many episodes and it's just, like, kind of exhausting. And I feel like with Summer House, like, that's already enough reality TV for me that I don't know that I need to add on more. But if you guys start watching it and it's, like, seeming like it's, like, gonna become a good season, let me know and we'll start it. I need recommendations on books. Yeah, I just like need a good book. I need to get back into reading and I'm really struggling to find a good book. And before I had Otis, I actually like went and like found a lot of books, put them on my little like need to read list and then just stopped reading again. But I just need to get into something. I know there's a lot of circlers that are into A Court of Thorns and Roses. Is that what it's called? Because I see like I've seen it be talked about in the little books part of the Geneva, but I just don't know that I can get into that. I don't know that I can do a whole big series at the moment. So maybe something else. But yeah, and then also like a serious TV show and not Baby Reindeer because as you know, that scared the living shit out of me and people are still recommending it to me and it's just like absolutely not. But like a TV show that's scripted and like a little bit keeps you on the edge of your seat a little bit, but like isn't going to keep me up at night. Last night I had the weirdest dream, by the way. Now I'm just remembering this. I had this dream. It was like right when I fell asleep. I went right into REM because I've been so exhausted after my big girls weekend. So I like fell right asleep and started dreaming immediately. And in my dream, I kept like, it was like someone was following me and they kept like coming up really close behind me. And like, I would turn around and they would be there and then I'd move and then I'd go sit down somewhere else and they would be sitting behind me. Like they were like constantly following me around. And I asked them, like, I said, like, stop following me. And then they kept getting closer and closer. And I felt them, like, breathing down my neck. And, like, I felt the breathing. And then I woke up, like, it felt like real. Like, it felt like someone real was breathing down my neck. But Cody, like, yes, we obviously share a bed. But he was on the other side, like, not breathing down my neck. Like, it's not like we were like spooning or something and I could feel him breathing. Like, no, we were on opposite sides of the bed as we normally are. Okay, we don't really sleep next, like spooning, where we sleep on opposite sides of the bed. And he was not breathing down my neck. I don't know who was breathing down my neck. Was it a ghost? Be honest, because I'm really scared. I'm really freaked out by that. And then I woke up and I was like, I was so scared. And then I woke him up and I was going to say he made me feel better, but I was like, I just had a really scary dream. And he was like, oh no. And then he fell back asleep. But maybe that did like make me feel better in a way that I didn't even realize. Because I didn't have any other scary dreams. I was like too scared to fall back asleep because I didn't want to get right back into it. That's like the worst when you have a scary dream. And it's like you're closing your eyes and you can see the dream is like starting to happen again. And you're like, no. And so you just have to try to keep yourself up. It's the worst. But yeah, I don't know why I've been having such vivid, scary dreams lately. Like, why is that? Does anyone know? I've also been trying to change up my my teeth routine. Like I got a new toothpaste and mouthwash and stuff, but like what's the order that you're supposed to do it in? I have a tongue scraper, I have floss, I have mouthwash, and I have my teeth brushing machine, which is also called a toothbrush, if you didn't know. And like what order does it go in? Because I do tongue scrape, floss, brush my teeth, mouthwash. I know some people are also into like oil pulling. I've thought about doing that, but it seems like a pretty big commitment. Is it worth it? I'm asking you guys for like a lot of tips and tricks. So if you're leaving them in the Geneva, put them in like the recent episodes little tab or something. And if you're not part of our Geneva yet, if you go onto our Instagram at CircleTimePod, in the highlights, there's a link to the Geneva. I feel like I say that like every single time, but it really is like the best. Everybody's chatting in there. Like people are friends. The circlers are friends. And that just like makes me so happy, you know? So I would say do that, but then also can you answer that question for me, because I really want to know. And I spent a lot of time like trying to look for it on TikTok yesterday, and nothing was really coming up. Like I was having a hard time. It's just hard to find an answer like that, because everybody has their own opinion. You know, everybody's like, don't actually do it like that. Do it like this. It's like you watch a video and then you're like, okay, that was really helpful. So then you go to the comments and everyone's like, you're actually doing it wrong. And it's like, God damn it. I don't know what's right and what's wrong. So maybe you all can help me with that. Because I just like, I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's because I was drinking so much this past weekend or something, but I just felt so gross. And I was like, I need to reset. And for some reason I'm focusing on the teeth, and I don't know why. My mouth just felt like really dry and stuff. And so I was like, I just feel gross. So yeah, I also have been doing a new skincare routine. I have been mainly using SkinCeuticals actually. And it's not cheap, but it has been really great. I've been really liking it. I got like new everything, but I'm like slowly incorporating like the serums and stuff, because I don't want to just put a million new things on my face at once. Vitamin C serum has like never been, I feel like it's always made my skin worse than it has better, but I've heard such good things about the SkinCeuticals vitamin C serum. So I got one of them. I did like a little assessment online and I got one of them, and I'm trying it out. So we'll see. And I know it's not the cheapest, but I just wanted like actual good stuff. So that's my update on my skincare routines and my hopefully new teeth routine. And just my week. There we have it. That's kind of all I've been up to. Otis is doing great. Chili's doing great. The cats are doing great. Cody's great. I guess everyone's great right now. You know, comes and goes in waves, you guys. Comes and goes in waves. But Otis is just the best. He's getting bigger and bigger. He's almost 5 months. And it's just so fun to watch him grow up into a real little human. Like I can't believe it. Okay. Anyway, sorry. I don't want to yap too much about my baby this time. So that's that. And now it is time for story time. Story time is when you guys leave your voicemails and I try to like you tell me a story or something you need advice on or whatever it is, and I help you. And so if you want to leave a voicemail, their link is in the description of this episode, wherever you're listening or watching. Yeah, so you can click on there and leave me a voicemail. You can tell me, like, you can actually tell me a story, like give me some tea, tell me a story, you know, or you can ask me a question or whatever it is. I love to hear you guys and put voices to the circlers. So here we go. Let's get started.
Hi, Kelsey. I just want to ask you about, do you have any advice on how to navigate being 19? I just finished my first year of college and I experienced, like, I'd say real heartbreak or heartache. And I'm working on myself and trying to heal, and I think I'm doing pretty good, but I just wanted to ask you, how did you navigate your first heartbreak? And do you have any advice for somebody that's, you know, finally just gotten their bearings through college and how to navigate the rest of it? Love you. Bye. Have a great day.
Love you. Oh my God, being 19 is crazy. Being 19 is crazy because you're like supposed to be an adult because you turn an adult at 18, but like you're also still a kid. Like you're so young. I actually had my first heartbreak at 19. Wasn't the worst one. So could there, you know, just letting you know, a lot of life happens later. Like I feel like when I was 19, I was thinking like, okay, this is going to be the craziest part of my life, and it actually wasn't. You have to remember how much life you have to live. It's okay to make mistakes, and it's okay to have your heart broken, and it's okay to be figuring things out because you are so young. Like, don't try to rush through this time to finish college. Like, just don't try to rush through getting over, like, how can I word this? Like, just feel it all, especially during this heartbreak time. I think like a lot of people try to rush through their heartbreaks. They're like, oh, I should be over it by now. I shouldn't still be sad about this. But like, you will be. Like, you can't just turn that off. So like, if you're feeling sad about something still, just keep feeling it out. Just keep letting yourself feel those things and like accept those things and figure out why you're feeling them instead of like trying to pretend that they're not there, because I feel like the only way to get through it, like the only way to get over it, is to actually go through it instead of like going around it, because you'll always end up in the thick of it at one point. So you might as well just keep going through. And it will get easier and easier and easier. And like all of a sudden one day you'll realize that the thing that always reminded you of that person all of a sudden doesn't anymore. I used to drive by, when I was going through my worst heartbreak, I used to drive by this one place where I went on a date. It was like my work commute would always pass by it. And every day on the way home, I would see it. And like for like a solid chunk of time, I would cry every single time I was driving home. I would see it and I would start crying. Okay. Pathetic. I'm just kidding. It's not pathetic. It happened. Okay. But and then one day I got home and I was like, oh, I didn't even cry. I didn't even remember that I didn't like think about it when I passed by it. And like, it just like came with time, and everything just got easier and easier and easier. But like, I let myself cry every single time I wanted to cry about that. And I eventually stopped, and it eventually was totally fine. And you're only 19. You will get so much more comfortable like on campus and like figuring out your schedule and knowing what you like and what you don't like. You're going to learn so much about yourself, and you have so many more lessons to learn, but like they're just going to lead you to even better and better of a place. So like, accept those lessons, take them on, and just let yourself grow and let yourself experience things and let yourself learn. And it's going to be fun. So don't be too hard on yourself to like have it all figured out, because you're only 19 and you have your whole life ahead of you. I don't feel like I have things figured out now. Some things, sure. Some things when I was 19 that I didn't have figured out, I have figured out now. But things change. Challenges change. And you're crushing it. And keep going. Ooh, okay. Next up, Let's see.
Hi, Kelsey. This is Kate. I just recently moved to the Los Angeles area, and I know you know it better than I do. So I'm curious if you have any hidden gem, under the radar experiences or restaurants, things to do that you would like to share with the class. I'm looking for some unique things to do as a early 20-something who's new here. So any recs would be greatly appreciated. Love you so much, and congrats on the baby. Bye.
Oh my God. That's a really tough question because I don't even know. I think maybe go to Universal City Walk. I'm just kidding. That was a huge joke. That was a joke. I hope someone's laughing because it was funny. It was a funny joke, but okay. Anyway, don't go to Universal City Walk. Well, unless you want to, then you can totally go, but you're not going to find, it's not like a hidden gem, I would say. There's this place called Cola Pasta that's in Santa Monica that I actually really do think is a hidden gem. The food is phenomenal and it's like a tiny little restaurant. You can't make a reservation. I love that place. And so I recommend Cola Pasta. I think there's a couple restaurants we went to. We went on a date night and we went to, they're right next door to each other, same owner, Bar Monette and Burgette. Maybe one of the best meals I've ever had. I don't know any hidden gems. I think I'm kind of a basic bitch, but those are some like good restaurants that I feel like more people should be going to. Also, like if you look on the Camber Instagram or TikTok, there are so many good suggestions there. I get a lot of recs from that. So go check that out. Go check out Camber on Instagram or TikTok. It's Maddie's. It's Maddie Mayo. She was on Circle Time, and her sister Scout have the OK Sis podcast, or the OK Sister podcast, actually. And it's her company, and like they really do have the best recommendations. So go check that out, and you'll definitely find some good recs. Next up, I love hearing your voices. This one's anonymous, and you know the anonymous ones scare me.
Hey Kelsey, I love the pod, love the videos. I hope you and your family are doing well. I was just wondering if you have any tips or advice on getting back out into the dating scene, maybe casual dating, expanding your social circle, meeting new people, all that. I'm 20 and I'm in college. My ex and I broke up like 8 months ago. I'm definitely over her, have been for a minute now. But we dated for 2 years. I don't really have any experience outside of her. And I'm a very anxious person. So I don't really know like how to meet new people, how to go out. Like I just was wondering if you have any tips or advice on doing so. I'm also remembering that she definitely watches your husband's videos. So she might be listening to this. And that's just a really funny thought to me. Anyway, bye.
You know what? It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Like, you're anonymous. She has no idea. I would say, okay, is it weird to like suggest dating apps? Like, I just think dating apps, even if it's like not to necessarily find your person, like I'm not telling you get on the apps and find your person. I'm just saying you should go on the apps to meet people because I feel like meeting people and dating, like it'll get you so much more comfortable, and you will, like there is a good chance you'll find your person. I actually really do know a lot of people who have met their now like husbands on dating apps, but I just think like it's a good way to like actually know that someone's like looking for whatever it is that you're looking for, and then like figuring out what you want on a date and what you want out of conversation and whatnot. Like it's a good way to like test the waters, and also just like put yourself out there in the sense of like trying new things. Like if you see someone who maybe wouldn't normally be your type, but you think they were interesting or whatnot, like don't put yourself in a box. Like try to explore all of your options, and don't make like a checklist of things you do want. You know what I mean? Like don't like make, how can I word this? Like I think sometimes like we come up with like, this is an ick. I don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this. And I think it's really good to have standards. But I also think like sometimes people can surprise you. and things that you thought were really important are not actually as important as you thought they once were, and vice versa. You know, keep the standards alive for sure, but also like don't close yourself off too soon to certain people if you do feel like a little bit interested. If you're like, wow, we're kind of interesting, but I don't normally like someone who, you know, has blonde hair. Just maybe then, who knows? Your opinions could change. Just have an open mind is what I would say. The more people you talk to, like the more dates you go on, the more confident and comfortable you'll feel, and the more you'll know exactly what you want. So that's why I recommend the apps. Okay, should we do this one? Yes, we should. Okay, sorry. Okay, next.
Hi, Kelsey. My name is Mallory. I love the pod and I love your videos and your vlogs. They're
Thank you.
amazing. I just have like a random question. Did you get yourself or did Cody get you a like push present or, you know, whatever you want to call it after you gave birth? If so, and of course, if you're comfortable sharing, what was it? And if you didn't get one or get yourself one, what would you have gotten? Or what would you get in the future if you do choose to have more kids? Love you.
Oh my God, fun question. Did I get myself one? I guess not. And I mean, like I've gotten myself a couple things and I'm like, you deserve this because you had a baby. So I guess like random things that I keep justifying me purchasing that I said it's because I've had a baby, then yes, I have. Cody did. I don't know. I was like, I didn't know, like, should I want a push present? Should I not? Like, is that stupid? I don't know. But then once I had him and I experienced it, I was like, I deserve a push present. I feel like, you know? And he was like, duh, which was really sweet. But he got me a purse that I really wanted. And I was like, not expecting it at all. I was going to buy it for myself actually. And I was like, I deserve this. I had a baby. I'm going to buy this purse for myself. And then I was like, actually, no, I'm not going to do that. That's ridiculous. And then he snuck back to the store and he got it for me. And then he surprised me with it. And like, I like forgot about him getting me a push present. Like I don't know. I was just like, that was not on my mind at all. And he completely surprised me. And it's such a beautiful bag. And I absolutely love it. And yeah, so that was my push present and I really appreciate it. And we can do one more. Let's just do one more. Let's do one more from another anonymous.
Hi, Kelsey. So I'm going to be a senior in high school.
Okay, you guys, I'm always so scared about the anonymous ones. And then you guys immediately sound so nice. And I just really love that. So I just had to say that. Okay, anyway. She said she's going to be a senior in high school, I think.
Next year. And I'm still not having sex yet. And I was just wondering if there was any like advice you could give. Not necessarily about having sex, but more about navigating not being sexually active at this time because everyone else around me is either active or has a boyfriend. And I'm getting a little bit worried that going into college, I'm going to have less experience and maybe a harder time dating. I love the show and congratulations with Otis.
Oh my God, love this question. Have been there. When I was a senior in high school, that was when I had my first kiss. So I have been there, okay? And I get it. It is like really scary, especially when you're like, I'm going into college being a virgin. What the hell? But it's actually totally fine. First of all, I think like, yes, the people around you, it might seem like everybody is not on the same page as you, but I think there are a lot more people on the same page as you than you realize. You will not be the only person in college that has not had sex. You are not, but even like if your friends that you make are like sexually active or whatnot, none of it really matters that much, okay? You will meet people who are like, you don't, and also like nobody knows, you know, like you don't need, it's not like written across your forehead. Nobody's gonna be like, oh my God, she's like, no one thinks it's as weird as like I think that you get in your head, because I would feel the same way. But like, you don't have to like tell every single person you meet. People won't even know. Like, you can, if people talk about sex and whatnot, like, don't be like, I can't talk about this. I've never done it. Like, you can have conversations about it. You can be part of the conversations, part of the jokes, whatever it is, without having done it. You don't have to even really talk about it. And then when the time comes, and if you meet someone and you feel comfortable telling them because it might lead to that one day, or, you know, you want them to know where you're at, like, no one, if they treat you weird for that, like, they're not the right person that you want to be doing it with anyway. But like, no one will. Like, I remember thinking it was going to be a lot weirder than it actually was for me to like tell people. And everyone was like, it was like totally fine. So don't put too much pressure on yourself. And I remember still being in on the conversations, in on the jokes, just like without having done it myself. And people didn't even know that I was a virgin. You can have all of like the same normal experiences that other people are having just without doing that, and like no one will know. And don't let people make you feel weird about it, because it's really not weird. I swear, I promise. Like, you will look back and be like, wow, that really didn't even matter. And it's weirder that someone would make you feel weird about it. Okay. So don't worry. Wait until you're ready to do it. Wait as long as you want. Okay. I did. And it was wonderful. It was, I mean, like, it wasn't like all it was cracked up to be, but it was it was like fine that I waited. I mean, it was wonderful that I waited. That's what I'm saying. Wait as long as you want. Don't do it until you feel absolutely ready, and it'll be totally fine. Don't you worry. I promise. And I love you, and don't be scared. Like, people won't care. And if they do, that's even weirder. So, yeah. Now I'm babbling big time, but you get it. Okay. Well, I need to answer a journal question. I almost forgot. I ordered those cards that have different questions on them, but for now, I'm going to find one on here. The best kinds of bugs. I really don't like bugs. Butterflies. Oh, roly-polies. Roly-polies are the best kinds of bugs by far. Pill bugs, I think some people call them. Roly-polies and butterflies are my personal favorite bugs. But I think roly-polies definitely take the number one spot because they're just so sweet. And I used to collect them when I was a kid, which makes me such a freak. But that's okay, because I still would. Every time I see one, I want to pick it up and take it home. I love them. So I'm going to go roly-polies on this one. Okay, well, I love you guys so much. And I'm so thankful for all of you. And I'm just thankful for circling with you guys every single day. So thank you for listening, and make sure to give this a review and 5 stars, and tell all your friends to get in the circle, because it's fun in here. And I love you. And I'll talk to you next week. Bye. Circle time. Let's have some fun. I said circle time. Just you and I. Time.
Please note that this episode may contain paid endorsements and advertisements for products and services. Individuals on the show may have a direct or indirect financial interest in products or services referred to in this episode.